Hey guys, most of us by now know that the new map Der Eisendrache is based on a real-life castle that is in Austria. It's a fortress that sits high up in the mountains called Hohe Werfen. So I've been practicing to say these two, and I had somebody that is actually German tell me how to say Der Eisendrache, and that is how you say it. When Jason Blundell said it in his trailer, he said Der Eisendrache, and that is not correct. I've seen a lot of confusion on the internet about how to actually say this, and I'll have a video in the description. You guys can listen to it. He's actually German and he says it. And I'm from Texas, so I don't say it as well as the Germans do, you know, with my southern accent, but I definitely am trying. Okay, so I wanted to put some clips together for you guys that show the actual trailer that Treyarch could put out, and then real life footage of this castle. This first part right here is like the gondola that we see in the trailer, and this is the real life tram that goes into the castle. It looks very sketchy and very scary. I would not ride this thing. That one part of the trailer you just saw there is like panning down into this courtyard area right here. Some of it looks the same, but you can definitely tell there's a big difference in some of the buildings. You can see this clock and bell tower right there, and Treyarch definitely used this right here for inspiration for that. Some of the other things on the map don't really match up, but this one thing really does. The only other thing similar here is that, yeah, there is a courtyard. And I thought it was really funny because I looked at the close-up of this clock and it almost says 9:35. I mean, that would have been hilarious, but yeah. So close. This is footage like actually inside of the bell tower, and to me this looks very Origins, like underneath the excavation site. So if we have access to this, I wouldn't be surprised if this is what it really looks like. Here's the scene from the upper gondola area, and if you look at the real view, this is looking down on Werfen Town, and you can see the river over there. That's where the rockets will be. This next part of the trailer has a lot of structural similarities to the real castle, and I'll show you guys that right here. There's actually a roadway or walkway, just like in the trailer, that leads up to that archway door. And those stairs on the left do match the stairs from the trailer. There's also a sign on the wall right there that does match the location of the sign in the trailer, but I don't know if they say the same thing. You can also see that like iron gate that comes down. It matches the one in the trailer. But yeah, it's that portion of the map that you see right here. Here's the actual real life map. If you go on a tour to see this castle, then this is what you'll see on the wall. And I don't know if this is gonna help us at all of understanding like what the structure of the zombies map might be. It's probably not gonna be anything like this. And I would guess that the actual real estate of this castle is gonna be a lot larger than the actual zombies map. Some interesting history about this castle is that at one point it was used as a state prison and it had a very sinister reputation. Then during the Nazi rule, the Germans used this as a military base. Then after World War II, it became just a regular police academy. Then in 1987, it became a tourist attraction. If you look at an eagle eye view of this castle, you can get an idea of how the zombies map is laid out. Over to the far right, that's where all the rockets are. Then you can see the bell tower right there with the clock. That's where the turret is on the map. That part with the X on it is really different in the zombies map. In the trailer, it shows that that's like kind of a walkway with some stairs. In the actual castle, it's a solid wall. This back part of the castle, we don't see it all in the trailer, and it's a pretty large part of this castle, so I don't know if there's going to be some underground stuff that we'll be able to get to and access this, or there's probably going to be something back here, I'm sure. One thing that's really different in the trailer versus the real castle is that there's a gondola in the trailer that is actually on the right of that castle by the rockets. The real castle doesn't have a gondola. It's got a little tram, and it goes straight up to the castle, and it's not even on the same side that it shows in the trailer. Let's say if in the trailer the gondola is on the east wall, then the actual tram itself is on the south wall. Obviously this tram is new technology. The original way that they got into the castle was this underground tunnel of like stone stairs. It was massive and it went all the way up into the castle. Another part of the castle has a lot of the history of the weaponry that they used here. There's a huge display that shows a lot of the swords and rifles that they used. There were some like flails, which are like Morningstar maces that were on the wall. You could see a lot of the pole arm glaives. Those are like the long sticks with like sword or like machetes on the end of them. This might just be a coincidence, but inside of the calling cards there is a section that has a medieval theme, and some of them reflect this medieval weaponry. I like this calling card here. It shows like this guy throwing a battle axe. I know Jason Blundell's zombie development team has an affinity for giving us weapons that we can throw. For example, the tomahawk on Mob of the Dead, and then the upgraded sword on Shadows of Evil. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing this battle axe as one of the wonder weapons, you know, to like throw. Seems like it would fit pretty well with the theme, but let me know what you guys think about this. What do you think the wonder weapons are going to be? Stay tuned for the zombie clip of the day, and we'll see you guys next video.